You guys have been asking me what my absolute must-haves been for pregnancy, and although I am not pregnant anymore, I am going to share with you guys my absolute pregnancy must-haves. These are the things that got me through, so let's get into it. First, we have Earth Mama's belly oil and also their belly butter. I don't have any of their belly butter left because I ran through it all. I do have it in my Instagram pregnancy highlight how I use both of these, but basically I would do like a squirt of belly butter and 2 squirts of this all over my stomach. I didn't have any stretch marks, and was a really big fan of this. The other thing I did with my stomach was that I dry brushed it. So I used this all over my legs, all over my stomach, all over my arms. I use this even when I'm not pregnant. Dry brushing is really, really good for you, or so they tell me. It's supposed to help with like lymphatic drainage and circulation and reducing cellulite and like all of that good stuff. So I used this before the shower, and then I used the belly butter and belly oil post shower, and both those work great. I didn't get any stretch marks, but science says that like stretch marks have nothing to do with what you put on your skin, so do whatever feels good for you and whatever your budget allows. The other thing I used was this massage roller. I got it in a FabFitFun box, but I will link something similar below. This was really great. It kind of just like goes right on you, especially as I got further along in my pregnancy. This was really helpful for like getting into my hamstring, my calves, my quads, all that fun stuff. I was a really big fan of this. And also, speaking of later on in pregnancy, this cheese pillow. This is my absolute favorite pillow during pregnancy. So I was told I could stay on my back, I'm a back sleeper, until the 3rd trimester. And at that point, they wanted me to switch to side sleeping, which was really tough for me. I don't like side sleeping, which, although funny enough, since having the baby, I do sleep on my side a lot more. But I'm not a fan of it. It kinks up my neck. I end up like, no thank you. So this Wedge pillow allowed me to stay sleeping on my back through the entire 3rd trimester. Obviously, you want to talk to your doctor and do whatever you feel most comfortable with, but I felt totally safe and secure sleeping like this. What I did was I put it down on my bed like that, and I would sleep on it like this. I would put 2 pillows, like regular everyday pillows here, and that way my head was supported off of this, and just my upper shoulders would be on here, and then like my butt would go down here. It was really great because if I did ever want to move over onto my side, I would just end up sleeping like this. And so I would wedge my arm between this pillow and my head pillows, and it allowed me to sleep on my side much more comfortably because I wasn't like jacking up my shoulder and trying to figure out all of that. So I will link this below. I can't recommend it enough. I have several other friends who were pregnant and also used it. We all slept great. Well, it's great if you can't when you're pregnant. The other things I can't like physically show you that were absolute pregnancy. Oh yes, duh. One more thing I can physically show you are actually my leggings. So my current leggings, these are the Align pant from Lululemon. I cannot recommend these enough. They are so lightweight, so if you're like overheating while pregnant like I was, these will not feel heavy on you. The other thing is these are super stretchy. Like I wore these throughout my entire pregnancy down to 42 weeks without a problem. They are on the pricier side. They're like $90. I had these pre-pregnancy. So I have had these pants for probably like 4 or 5 years now, and they fit me pre-pregnancy, during pregnancy, and post-pregnancy. So while they are pricier, 1000% worth the investment. If you are looking for, like I know a lot of women look for like support for their belly to help hold it up, these are definitely not going to be that. But if you're looking for something that it just feels like you're not wearing any pants and are super stretchy, these are your pants. I cannot recommend them enough. So again, super stretchy. They will go with you through all of pregnancy. So the other things that I cannot like physically show you that were really, really helpful, well I guess I could, but I just don't feel like going out there, was that we have a Peloton bike. I highly recommend that if you are on the fence about purchasing it. If you don't know what a Peloton is, it is a stationary spin bike that allows you to take classes in real time or play on demand classes that were previously recorded in their New York studio. There's a plethora of teachers to choose from, different types of classes. There is a subscription, it's like $40 a month on top of like obviously buying the bike. But for me, they'll have 15, 20, 30, and 45-minute classes. It really made it so that there was never an excuse to not work out. I was always, I would work out at least 3 times a week, at least 20-minute classes. It stayed with me pretty much until I was like 36 or 37 weeks. It kept me in shape. It kept me feeling good, more importantly though. It kept my mind clear. It kept like my energy high. And I think that's why like I felt so great throughout pregnancy, was because I never said like, oh well, I can't do that anymore because I'm pregnant. I really try to keep as much of my regular routine as possible. Post-pregnancy, I still take 3 classes a week, at least 20 minutes. Really a big fan. Obviously any type of working out is good. That is one that just worked really well for me, and I know I've had a few friends that have asked me since getting pregnant about the bike, and several of them are getting it for throughout their pregnancy or postpartum because they had been on the fence about it and because they are spending so much more time at home. It's just a really great no excuse way, and that has a lot of high energy. The other thing that was an absolute must-have for me through pregnancy was great water pressure. So I actually used to go to my father-in-law's apartment to wash my hair and shave my legs every week because I hated the water pressure at our place. So really good water pressure where you can just like let it melt down your back and like melt all of your muscles is going to feel amazing, especially for me who loves to go to spas. One of the hardest parts of pregnancy for me was not being able to go into a jacuzzi, not being able to go into a sauna or steam room, and this really gave me just like a return to normalcy, if you will. So I would like put the eucalyptus, wrap it around the shower head so it smelled amazing. I get the lemon essential oil and just allowed everything to just feel really relaxing, really calm, really nourishing, which also just kept me in a much better mood throughout pregnancy. Towards the end of my pregnancy, one of my absolute must-haves was actually dates. So I know there's like a lot of like rumors that dates will soften your cervix and help your pregnancy speed up and move along. I have no idea if that's true or not. There is a little bit of research, but I don't think there's enough research. But I ended up falling in love with it. Every single morning I would have a scoop of peanut butter stuffed date, and it kind of just became my go-to. It was like a great way to get my energy up before taking my spin class in the morning, and I really loved it. And those are my pregnancy essentials. I don't have a ton of them because my pregnancy overall was really easy. I stuck to my normal routine as much as possible. I really focused on just doing what felt good, felt right for me. So if that meant I worked a half day, I worked a half day. If that meant I worked 16 hours one day, I worked 16 hours one day. Bless that second trimester energy. But I really just tried to do whatever felt right for me and not rely on a ton of different things and products that are marketed towards pregnant women. I could not have asked for an easier, better experience. And if you want to find out how it all turned out, I will link my labor story below. There's also a podcast episode that is on this YouTube channel that you guys can go ahead and listen to, where I talk with my husband about our whole labor story. And make sure you're following along on Instagram at the Confused Millennial to see as Reagan keeps growing and I keep momming it out.